This is the beginning, huh? What? The beginning, yeah. This is the beginning of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 18, Nellyville Chanel number 5 reviews. And I am so excited. This is my favorite show, but we're doing something a little different here, okay? I'm giving y'all something a little extra, because not only is it the beginning of season 18 of Drag Race, this is the brand new season of a podcast. Nellyville the podcast is starting, okay? For the podcast, you're going to get 2 episodes, okay? So I figure, look, not everybody does the YouTube thing. Some people just want to hear, they still want to hear my thoughts, they want to do the thing. So I'm going to give you an audio version of this video. You know what I'm saying? And if you're listening, it'll make sense. Whatever. The point is that you're going to get 2 episodes a week of Nellyville the podcast, okay? You're going to get your regular, schmegular episode that we all know and love, but you're also going to get an audio only Drag Race review. So if you can't catch the video, you got it on audio. You know what I'm saying? But also, you could do both. Feel free to watch the video and play the audio in the background when you already watched the video. I'm not going to stop you from giving me the views, honey. Anyways, with all that being said, enjoy this video, or enjoy on audio. Tune into the podcast for your regular episodes and support the doll. You know what I'm saying? With all that being said, let's hop into this review of Drag Race Season 18. Pow! Woo! Okay, first of all, I'm glad intros and introductions are out of the way. I'm so excited to review this season. Y'all know this is my favorite show, okay? So we're going to start with the Meet the Queens and work our way into the episode 1. We got a lot to cover. We got a lot to cover, so buckle in, buckle up, baby. Keep up with the dog. Keep up with your sister. You know what I'm saying? First of all, let me say my opinions from the promo by the end of episode 1 in Untucked. My opinions have changed drastically on some of the girls. Some of the girls, I'm still consistent. I still feel the same way. But some of them, I was like, oh, baby, baby, I was wrong. Baby, I was real wrong. What was I thinking? Let's just jump right into the promo looks. The first queen that we're going to look at is Athena Dion. Now, this is a cute look. Like I said, we got a lot to work through. So we're going to power through. We're going to do a toot or a boot type of situation. You know what I'm saying? So the first doll that we have Athena Dion. I mean, it's cute. I like it. I like the look. I'm feeling it. It's very that. Before we continue on the queens, can we talk about Anya Nerve, the queen who stepped down, who won the last season of Drag Race? Anya, it was a cute look. It was, I had no problems with it. Really my main qualm issue with her was, where were the boobs? I am so sick. If we're going to do drag, can we do dragoons, please? Can I get a hip? Can I get a boob? I say this every season. I need a cinched waist. I need a boob. I need a hip pad. And I mean, what are we doing? Now, some outfits you can get away without the boob, but damn, on you, if you want to put a boom ball in it, will take you from a 9 to a 10. That's all I'm saying. So we did Athena Dion. Let's get back into the new girls. We have Briar Blush. Now, Athena, I gave a 7. Okay, I gave a 7. For Blair, I gave her a 9. And for this look, I said that this look was my favorite. Now, let me be clear. I was ranking things as I was watching it. I didn't go back and rank. So it's going to be some girls that maybe got a 10. And you're going to be like, but Chanel, you said Briar Blush was your favorite. How come she got a 9? Man, whatever. Okay, she was like a 9-10 cusp. You know what I'm saying? I love this. Look, y'all know I love a baby doll. I love a powder pink. I'm not really a pink girl, but I'm just saying, like, oh, like this look, it gave it to me. So like 9. Next up, we have Sierra Miss. Okay, I gave Sierra Miss a 7. I love the name. Okay, I love that. Like, do they even still sell Sierra Miss? I love that we got like a pop. It's a play on words. Sierra Miss. It sounds very drag. It's very cute, very clever. I love the look. It's giving warrior. It's giving Power Ranger, villain. Very stupid. She's cute. Next up, we have Darlene Mitchell. Darlene, I gave a 5. It's not a bad look, but it's not giving me anything special. Sorry about it, babes. I mean, it's a perfect, if I saw it at the club, I would like, fine, but for a promo look, I feel like it could have been elevated a little more. Next up, we have Didi Fuego. Didi Fuego, I also gave a 5. Didi Fuego is a cute name. It's a cute name, but try, bless her heart. You know, it's not awful, but it's a 5, solid 5. Next up, we have Discord Adams. Discord, I gave an 8. This is a solid look. I love the wig. I feel like the wig is something that we haven't seen a whole lot of. I won't say that it is completely revolutionary, but it's good. Then we're going to go on to Jane Don't. Jane Don't, I gave a 6. I appreciate the effort of trying to, throw it all at the wall and see what sticks. But I think that she could have benefited from a little bit of editing. Then we're going to move on to Juicy Love Dion. I gave this a 6. I think I ranked this kind of low compared to some other, review and critique channels and other fans. It was a 6 for me. Like, it's fine, it's cute, but like, Moving right along. Kenya Pleaser. Also another good name, a good play on words. Kenya, I gave it 10. I said that this was my fave. Not many girls lean into the chocolate look. So when a girl comes on and does a chocolate look, automatically is elevated, because most girls don't do chocolate. They don't. It's chocolate. If you know, you know. I loved her. I love the mug, the wit. It's very fish. It's very woman. Kenya, I see you, girl. And I put fave. I put fave. So as of right now, like I said, some opinions change. Kenya and Briar are my favorites. Mandy Mango, I gave her a 5. It was a look. It was a look. Nothing wrong with it. I couldn't go past a 5. Levy shall match. Then we have Mia Star. I like that name. Mia Star. I'm a star. Mia Star. I gave Mia a 7. This is a solid 7. The body is right. The pattern is right. The proportions are right. I don't know. Was it elevated enough? It got to a 7 for me. Mikey Meeks. I gave her a 10. I put her in my top 3 based off the promo looks. You know what I'm saying? Mikey Meeks, she just stood out. The wig, the makeup, it seemed like she had a very strong point of view. It didn't seem like she just went into like a drag vault and pulled out the hot stops. It seemed like, I don't know. Maybe it was the way she sold it. Nene Coco, I gave a 5. It was cute. I could have ranked it higher if it was not a promo look. But I don't have an issue with it. And maybe I ranked it a little low. Maybe I could have bumped her up a little bit. But right here I wrote 5. But, we'll give her another chance. Then we have Vita Von Teese Star. Baby, I gave her a 7. This was good, but not promo good, if that makes sense. But I appreciate the effort. It's very polished. It is very pageant. I like the color on her. And then, of course, Rue looked magnificent for the promo look. Do we need to say, look at the material. Of course, it gave. The girls, of course, they did their interviews. Let's talk about a little bit about the interviews. Now, see, this is where I got tripped up. So the girls did the interviews, and feelings changed, okay? Athena is the mother of Morphine. Y'all remember Morphine. Also the grandmother of Juicy, who is also on the show, okay? Athena is Juicy Love Dion's grandmother. Athena's been doing drag for 16 years. She felt a little rehearsed, and there was a wall there. And I would like to know if they're still filming these interviews after the first and second eliminations. A lot of times when they film these promos, they film it after the show has already started. If you know what I'm trying to say, you know what I'm trying to say. Then we had Briar Blush. In the promo, I said I was feeling her. Cut two. We're going to talk about her entrance in season 1. But I really liked her. For sure, she could talk. You didn't have to drag conversation out of her during this interview. She had a broad palette of inspiration. Her name came from a doll of a photographer or something rather. She was very funny. I was so invested in Briar. I couldn't even take notes. So I didn't have much on her because I was really enjoying her. Sierra missed in the Indianapolis queen. I have to support just because she's so close to home. She's not a Louisville doll, but Indianapolis is right around the corner down the street. You know what I'm saying? She loves the Power Rangers. She was really winning me over. Her drag is inspired by comic book superheroes that she had a crush on. I thought that was kind of cute. And I love that they're asking the girls if they're going to do their big one, which is like a famous, not a famous, but like it's really big, something that Mistress Isabel Brooks says. So like, but it's like, they're really platforming Mistress, but it's like, if you don't really watch her content, like are people, like Mistress is not the inventor or the only person that says, oh, I'm going to do my big one. But in the drag community and for all intent and purposes, like that's her line. But it's like, anyways, I love that the girls are asking, I love that they're asking the girls, are you going to do your big one, and seeing what they say, which most of them try to act like they, oh, well, what's that? What's that mean? Bye. Do not act like you don't know that that's something that Mistress says. People will kill me when they be trying like they don't know who somebody is. Anyways, Darlene Mitchell. Darlene Mitchell says that in her interview, she's the opposite of her drag persona and is actually sober, sweet, and easy to get along with. Normally when people say that, that's just not, something's not true. Nobody says that they're sweet, easy, get along with, and sober if they're actually those things. You could say that, but if you say that, it's probably not true, Mary. I know the nerves are kicking in, and I also laugh when I speak sometimes, but she was laughing a little too much, Mary. She's also engaged. She loves Dolly. She wants mall drag to come back. She says that she's over those sculpted wigs with the rhinestones, which I can see that. They were very big and overdone. I don't mind them, but everybody and their mama has for sure worn them a handful of times. Then we have Didi Fuego. Okay. Didi, the way she was sitting in that interview, baby, we got to do better. She says she's a 7.5 at everything. A little self-deprecating, but okay, we're like gonna wear queen, I guess. She's funny, and I see potential. Discord Adams. She quoted a Reba song right out the gate, and I was here for it. I love Reba. She also has to figure out how to sit better. It might be because of what she was wearing, but baby, can we learn how to sit like ladies? What is going on here? We're female impersonators. Like, can we like, what is going on? She's into high fashion punk rock, maximalist. Okay, I guess we're going to see what that means. Lots of musical inspiration between Lady Gaga, Mick Jagger. She says she has to lick her fingers to touch velvet if she touches velvet. And she's one of the ones who pretended like she didn't understand the big one question. Jane Don't. She's a Seattle queen, so you know she's going to bring it. Jinx, Ben De La Creme, Bosco, Irene, like damn, like Seattle's been running Drag Race for many a seasons. High hopes for Miss Jane Don't. I think she's gonna be funny. It seemed like a little forced in the interview, but I had, people be nervous. Juicy Love Dion. It's something about her that I did not like her. I could not connect. It was something about her I did not like in the promo. I may or may not felt differently by the end of episode 1, but we'll see. We'll talk about it. And I said here, she's gonna go far, but she needs to be humbled. She needs a little bit of a humbling. When they asked her what's something strange about yourself, she said that Briar was strange. Baby, we didn't ask you about Briar. We asked you about you. What's strange about you? So it gave insecure to me. Anyways, Kenya Pleaser. Kenya has a great announcer voice. She should definitely be a host of something if she's not already. Maybe she's hosting shows back at the gigs at her place. But yeah, says she's very white mixed with a Lizzo. Okay, work. Naturally funny, confident in the promo, but not cocky. Loves the 80s, 90s, old school drag. Wants Shirley Raff to portray her, I guess in a film or in a play. The best answer to are you gonna do your big one question? And she was the only one to acknowledge that she even knew Mistress Isabel Brooks. Like, she was the only one that was like, y'all asked me this mistress question, like, da-da-da-da-da. She got the best answer. She was the only one, like, I don't remember what she said, but I mean, it was a good answer. Maybe because she was being genuine and not trying to pretend like a mistress. I don't know her, or who says that? What's the girl? Bye. Mandy Mango. She's a little quirky, and I didn't mind. I love a little quirk. She says that her mom is her biggest inspiration. Mom was a pageant queen. She says she does not like oranges and never peeled one. Okay. She's a registered nurse. She seems like the nerves kicked in halfway through and started trying a little too hard. But I did see some vulnerability at the end. And we like a vulnerable queen. Mia Starr. Let me tell you something about Mia Starr. Mia Starr is already the star, okay? She is a professional dancer. Professional. Urban, hip-hop, hood. She's a singer. Had a gospel album in 2018. She started dragging in 08, took a 14-and-a-half-year break, and then got back into doing drag. But during that 14-and-a-half-year break of doing drag, she was a backup dancer for Britney. She toured with Britney, toured with Rihanna, was in the Camila Cabello video as like one of the main dancers, the Havana Unana. Y'all know that song. Mia Starr, baby, this is just her second lap. She's out here known. She's out here. I'm like, Mikey Meeks says SpongeBob is one of her inspirations. Already sold. Baby, wrap it up. RuPaul, give the crown to little Mikey. Huh? SpongeBob is one of your biggest inspirations? Okay, I can dig it. There's a lot of Florida queens here. She says she's a theater party girl. She has like a healthy amount of confidence. She's very confident, not cocky. And this is me saying that, not her. But I could see where maybe the competition might get into her head later on down the line, but we will see. And she also acknowledges MIB. Like, hello? Why are we acting like we don't know who Mistress Isabel Brooks is? Like, give me a break. Nene Coco. She puts me in the mind of Alyssa Edwards, which is so funny because when I watched the promo, I thought this, and then in the first episode, RuPaul says, and I'm like, I knew I was not crazy. It's something about her to put me in the mind of. Something about the make up the face or something. She seemed like she was down to earth. She said she's sparkly in 2D animation brought to life, or likes that, or something rather. She said she was the fastest cup stacker in high school, middle school, something. I don't know. She's a mechanical engineer. We got some educated queens up on her, you know what I'm saying? Of everybody, she seemed like she was the most graceful sitter, and that's very important to me. And last but not least, for the interviews, we had Vita Von Teese star, a natural, traditional, powerful storytelling drag, aiming for Miss Congeniality, not a stunt queen anymore, plans to be extra captivating. She says her inspirations are Vita Von Teese and Diane Carroll. Okay. Goth. She said she was a goth emo kid. And there's a sensitivity there that also read in episode 1. And she said that she may struggle with her inner... Or no, maybe I said she may struggle with her inner saboteur. And I think I was right. So after the promo, my top 4 and 5, I said we're going to be Briar Blush, Mia Starr, Kenya Pleaser, Vita Von Teese, and Mikey Meeks. Those were my top after the promo. Now, did I have the same top after the fact? We will see. So let's hop into Episode 1, yon. Baby, it was real cute. Baby, every year they got budget. Do you hear me? The show opened up with Bob, Raja, and Kim. Y'all know I love me some Bob the Drag Queen. I love Raja, Gemini, I love kimchi. And it was so cool. I love when they have like the little cameos from Queen's Past. You know, it was very much a surprise to see Bob in the video. I didn't know Bob was going to be all over. You know, of course, you got to be surprised. You can't be talking about it. They looked good. They did their little bit. The workroom was a very dramatic lighting. Normally, it was all lit up and bright and pink and stuff. It was dark. It was, they were trying to switch it up, you know? The first queen to walk into the room was Athena Dion. The makeup was a little rough for me. I'm sorry. The makeup was a little rough. It was a cute look overall. And of course, like I said, she's the mother of Morphine and Plain Jane. I'm like, okay, work. But Kenya Pleaser. Nice entrance look. Not groundbreaking, but good. I don't know how I feel about Athena saying Kenya looks like Lizzo. I was like, is that racist? But then Kenya says in like her confessional that she is a Lizzo impersonator. So I was like, okay, I guess it's okay that she said that. But I was like, I don't know how I felt about that comment from Athena. But anyways, and Kenya being an impersonator of Lizzo is how she got started in drag. And Kenya recognized Athena and says it's going to be a little intimidating. At this point, already in the beginning of the episode, I already said, I'm sorry, but it is something about Athena I don't like. And she tries too hard. And then she made a comment like, who's coming in next? Is either going to be the boogeyman or booger man? What do you, like, girl, how corny can you be? Shut up. Nene Coco walks in. Now, the way she walked into that is an entrance. Great energy. Great look. And the reveal, not a crazy reveal, but give us a reveal in the entrance look, honey. That lets you know what you're working with. Athena and Nene know each other. Athena says Nene is going to be great in design challenges. And, you know, when Athena was in the confessional. And, you know, this was the one who was a mechanical engineer. And she said she left that mechanical engineer job to come do Drag Race. So, baby, I hope it works out well for you. But you know what? You got to go after your dreams. Hello. Next in, we have a Jane Dump. Solid look. She also knows Athena. Surprise! She, like I said, she also knows Athena, and at this point, the popularity that all these girls that are walking in that know Athena, the popularity is going right to Miss Athena's head. I love Jane's energy in the entrance look, and it makes sense that she's a Seattle queen. Irene, Bosco are her sisters, you know. Discord Adams. Good look, good entrance. The look was a little busy somehow. It was still balanced. So hey. In person, she shows disdain for Nene's look and says she hates it in the confessional. So, I mean, at least she was consistent. At least she wasn't smiling in her face, and then she said she didn't like it. She pretty much told she didn't like it to her face, which was all unnecessary. I don't know. So here we go. She's a little catty, but we like catty on Drag Race a little bit, but keep it cute. Mia Starr walks in. I love a denim look. It's not groundbreaking, but a good look. I really hope she's back. I say here, I hope she's black because the black scent might become a problem. I love her energy though. But I hope she's black because she sure talk like a sister. You know she's kind of a relative, a sister to Athena's House of Dion. In the confessional, Athena says Mia will be tough competition. Didi Fuego walks in. It was something. The look was something, but she had good energy, and that's okay. Her little cootie cat was out. I don't know if that was part of the look. I don't know It was out. I don't know if that was part of the thing or she didn't nobody tell her to pull her dress down. I don't know. Lots at this point. I'm like, yay, lots of queens over 30. Okay, this is not a baby season. You know what I'm talking about? You know, let's get a little seasoning up in Drag Race. Juicy Love Dion walks in. No, I was like, what is she wearing? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't care for her at this point. And why was her entrance line a paragraph? Like, girls, like, have an impactful line, but if it needs to be like a book, like, maybe rethink it. That's all I'm saying. This is Athena's granddaughter, Morphine's daughter. Athena keeps trying to ignore the grandmother thing. Like, girl, like, stop trying to be like, well, we don't say the G word, and so we just say mother. That's your granddaughter. It's not your real granddaughter. You're not, oh, like, what are you doing? Just say it's your drag granddaughter. If anything, you should be accomplished that your drag daughter was able to go on and you taught her well enough to find somebody else who could carry on the legacy. Like, this is something you should be proud of. Like, what? Anyways, some people get caught up on age. Jane Don't points out the obvious, such the potential alliance between Athena, Mia, and Juicy, because they all from the same place, they related and all this other stuff, so that might be a problem, because, you know, family sticks together, or do they? Vita Vonti's star walks in. The look is decent. It's decent. The entrance line was a little too worked for me. I don't like an overworked entrance line. Kenya is fangirling in person and in the confessional, and honestly, it's warranted. I mean, Vita Vonti's has a great resume. Y'all should look into it. She's a multi-title holder, pageant queen. I'm seeing some insecurity and about not being the only designer from Vita, so hopefully she didn't get into our head, but we're gonna see. Briar blush. It was a cute look, but for me, the proportions were off. For me, it was off. It was a cute look, though. The entrance line was odd. I don't know if it was a reference to something and I just missed it, but I didn't get it. She yells, "Why are you recording me?" Like, I don't know if, like, it was just supposed to be original or if it was a reference. If it's a reference, somebody let me know. It didn't quite land. Not for me, and I don't think it did for any of them in there. I don't know. Briar comes in, she stands on the opposite side of the table, okay? And she gestures to the other girls and goes, meh. Girl, Bob, because what are you doing? Like, what are you trying to do? Like, what is it, season 5 Drag Race? Like, you're trying to create a moment? Like, what are you doing? Like, why would you stand on opposite? All the girls are kicking, having fun. You come and put your hands on top of the table, go, meh. Girl, Bob, with your unproportioned outfit, get out of my face. Anyway, she was my favorite. Then you did that little monkey stuff, and I'm like, boop, boop, boop. You done dropped down, honey. The girls are asking about her name or whatever, and she explains, well, Briar is another word for rose thorns, or a rose thorn, or whatever, to which Athena asks, is that representative of your personality? Which was a good read, especially in the moment, especially after how she came in, but I'm like, Athena, girl, anyways, you're not a Briar. In the confessional, Briar says that her personality in drag can be divisive, but her quality of drag is undisputed. Okay, girl. And then this was funny. Somebody called her Brian, and I it was just such a simple thing, but it was so funny. It was funny. Mandy Mango, sweet girl, but the outfit it wasn't my fave. And why the little bitty mango? She had brought a little bitty mango to go with her outfit. Even if it was like a big giant mango, I think that they could have elevated. Like, even if the mango could have just been really oversized, like not giant to where it couldn't fit in the workroom, which that would have been really neat. But just oversized mango, I think just even that would have elevated the look to being a little bit better. And she says that she's a nurse. This is the nurse. She specializes in HIV and sexual health. So more power to you, girl. Thank you for your work in the community. The girls keep wondering about the intense, mysterious lighting, and then there's like a blinking red light. So yeah, it's very different. I'm very intrigued. What does this mean? Are we gonna get a jump scare? What's going on? Sierra Miss walks in. What a great name. I know I said it, but it was a great name. It was a solid entrance look, and it was just a solid entrance walk. Everything was just solid. Lots of effort and craftsmanship went into this look. Like 90%, and she says 96% of her closet consists of things she made. Okay. Discord Adams shaves her name in the confessional and was like, Sierra Miss, isn't that discontinued? Why are we named after discontinued soda pop or something? She's, I'm like, just go over, baby. Your insecurity is showing, hide it. Darlene Mitchell. She's corny. That was her entrance line. It was really cute. And she had like this corn inspired like outfit. It was a good entrance and it was a good look. Very positive and refreshing energy. After all of this little shady stuff or whatever, it was good. Briar Blush was being a hater. Darlene said that she formerly went by the name Trash. And then she said that she started as a bedroom queen, then she went to the club scene, and then she went back to the bedroom after she got sober and came up with a new name, Darlene Mitchell. So, congrats, girl. Mikey Meeks. The look is okay, but the walk and the mug were A1. A1. Great energy. This was the 5th Florida queen to walk up in this piece. The 5th Florida queen. Like the last girl to walk in. But now we have 5 Florida queens up in this moment. Woo! This is the season of the Florida queen. Let me tell you something. Jane Don't is a little worried about there being so many Florida queens. Which, I mean, hey, yeah. Because it's like, dang, are these 5 girls going to have an alliance? That's a lot of girls to team up to be having alliances now, potentially. That's a lot. Even if for the ones who maybe don't know each other, y'all came from the same place. You know what I'm saying? Now it's time for the room mail. Hey, I love what they did with the new edit of the room mail thing. Mother looks great. Mother looks great, of course, once again. And then they did a bit with Bob, Raja, and Cam where it cuts back to them still on their exercise bikes from the beginning, and then all the girls have to yell, everybody say love, everybody say love, and then like that powers like the lights on. Anyways, it was a whole bit, and it was cute. I like that. It was cute. Rue enters looking sharp, he got a little shoot on. The girls lose it, of course. We all lose it. Now, this is when I got to see a close-up of Kenya's wig. Now, Kenya, baby girl. Kenya, please her. Can you please change that wig? Because it was not... I'm so sorry. I mean, and then I got a closer look at the look. Like, I liked the... I just took issue a little bit with the wig. I'm sorry. It was too... It was something... It was off. Next, they announced the mini challenge, okay? And it's going to be with Jamal Sims, which we love Jamal Sims, the choreographer, often shows up on Drag Race. And it's a screamography challenge with the pit crew. So the girls have to do like this screaming like videography where they're giving, very dramatic screams, and the pit crew is there. It's very, very camp, very goofy, very, but it was fun nonetheless. So Athena went first in the mini challenge. Rue and Jamal kikied. I did not. Nene Coco. Rue said Nene resembles Alicia Edwards, and Nene said Alyssa Edwards, and Rue and Jamal. Damn, because you got to remember, Alyssa is the global All-Stars winner. She's been on All-Stars 2. She was on season 5. This is like a queen that's like very, 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 very huge. And Rue's like, oh, you look like Alicia Edwards. Like, Alyssa? Man, that was so fun. And the way Alyssa is, Alyssa's gonna like, I can't believe this man got my name wrong. If y'all know anything about Alyssa, Alyssa was like, now how the hell? It was very funny. Nene, she did a great job, and she really committed. And she even did a little Mariah bit, Kenya Pleaser, funny. Funny, funny, funny. Jane Don't went up next. Rue said, "You're screaming like a white woman in Compton." And then Jane says, "Well, I do have my purse." I thought that was funny. She did a great job. Discord Adams, she did well. Nothing to write home about. Mia Starr, great effort. Didi Fuego, not bad. Not bad. It was funny. It was good. Now, this was the first part of the de-dragging. The girls get out of drag. You get to see what everybody looks like out of drag for the first time. And Kenya is like, "Oh, I got a crush on Athena." Kenya was feeling Athena. You hear me? Athena notices and Kenya wasn't the only one. And then Athena notices that some of the other girls are checking her out. And of course, it's going to her head. Whatever, girl. Anyways, bye. You are not trading the season. Juicy loved Dion. She did fine. No problem. Whatever. At this point, I still wasn't warmed up to her yet. Vita Von T Star. Good. But she could have pushed it a little more, but it was okay. Mandy Mango, very funny. Sierra Mist, very funny. Darlene Mitchell, very funny. Mikey Meeks, funny. And Rue got a kick out of her. This might be Rue's new Georges and Lydia. I don't know yet, but it seemed like Rue was really smitten with Mikey, and rightfully so. So then we get to the second part of the D-drag. The other girls go back. Everybody's out of drag. And Mandy, some of these girls really know how to transform. And they look completely different out of drag. And so Mandy asked Nene, I'm sorry, she said, "Who are you?" And that was funny. That was so funny. Rue comes back to the workroom. Kenya Pleaser wins the mini challenge. And 2,500 doll hairs. So now the girls found out what the maxi challenge is. And the girls were gagged. I was gagged. I think everybody who was watching was gagged. Okay? It was a design challenge. Y'all, we have gotten a talent show for that first episode for several seasons in a row at this point. And normally the design challenge, I think it normally doesn't come to like episode 3, 4. The fact that they started with a design challenge, the girls were gooped. I was gooped. I was like, "Oh, damn, it's the time to separate from the children from the adults, baby." So the minute maxi challenge was based off, they had to create a look in tribute from Queen's past and create a signature look after they go into the vault and gather up materials from Queen's past, right? The girls are gagged. And I mean, I can't say it enough. Because fully expecting a talent show. Because that's what it's been. But also, look, I'm not surprised. They always try to change something up in Drag Race, but you never know what's going to be. You never know what's going to stay traditional and what's going to switch it up. While the girls were in the vault, some of the things they found were Hormona's bob. Very funny. Monet sponges. Somebody said, "Monet, I love you, but we're leaving the sponges at home." Sorry. It was funny. They found Lexi's tarp. The tarp is, he was like, "Who spray painted my tarp?" Very that. So the girls are back in the workroom, okay? Athena says she could sew, but prefers to hire talented people to do that, who are much talented than her. She's like, "I can do it, but I'd rather hire somebody who's their specialty." I get it. But she also said that she bought 25 sewing lessons because she did not want to be that girl to show up on Drag Race and did not know how to sew. And I can appreciate. You getting on my nerves, but I do appreciate that you took it seriously. You did not show up as the girl who does not know how to sew. Because baby, ain't nobody got time for all that. Like, at season 18, Darlene Mitchell found Ariana's Ornacia. Vivacious had the Ornacia little head thing. Darlene found it when she was taking out the jail. I thought that was funny. Kenya did not grab fabric. Baby. She's taking out the stuff that she got from the vault. She got all this unconventional material. Didn't get anything that was fabric, which is fine. It is kind of an unconventional challenge. And, if you can pull it off well, the judges will appreciate more if you made an outfit out of something that was not obviously fabric. Like, it's easy to transform a garment that is like curtains or like tablecloth or something. Nene Coco wants to reinvent Lala Ree's bag look. Now, I think somebody else redid the bag look before, I think. But I was like, okay, that's a good drag reference, but knock it out of the park, girl. At this point, I'm like, yeah, Vita might start to get in her head. And I'm like, girl, don't do it. Don't do it. Fight that inner saboteur, girl. So not only is Vita starting to get in her head, now you're starting to see Juicy's kind of getting in her head. And I'm like, Juicy's going to go one way or the other. I knew she's either going to rise to the occasion and knock it out of the park, or she's going to flop. And we're going to find out in just a bit. Then here go Athena, her grandmother, ignoring Juicy when she needs help with her sewing machine. Somebody help me with the machine. Can somebody help me? And Athena's just over here, la, 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 la. Baby, it couldn't have been me. It couldn't have been me. It could not have been me. So then it cuts to Athena in the confessional contemplating if she's going to help her granddaughter or, worry about herself. What are you contemplating about? Because it's giving you're jealous. It's giving you're jealous of your daughter. Of your granddaughter. But also, in the same breath, Juicy, why would you come to Drag Race and not know? But also, look, when you get the call to come on Drag Race, it's a secret, and you're not supposed to tell anybody. But this is your granddaughter. And so, I'm pretty sure they knew that each other was going to be on here. I'm assuming. I don't know how close they are, but it seems like they're pretty close from the stories and things that they told. It seems like they're pretty close. But why Athena, why would you make sure that you went and did your 25 lessons, but you didn't maybe want to put something in Juicy's ear to be like, or teach her what you know? Like, if it was a money thing where she couldn't afford to go get lessons, grandmama, you take the classes, come home and teach your grandbaby. That way you're getting practice and she's getting, like, it just seemed like sabotage to me. I'm so sorry. But also, Juicy, look, I know you're young, but damn, this is season 18. You gotta take some classes and know how to at least use a hot glue gun, girl. Luckily, Jane and Dee Dee come to the rescue and help Juicy out as much as they can. They gotta work on all that stuff, but they, were supporting her, trying to show her, helping her, like, girl, you gotta at least put the thread in the needle. Like, what are you doing? And Juicy seems very grateful. And we're starting to see a little more humble side of Juicy at this point. And this is where she starts to grow for me. I kind of feel bad for her. She's growing on me. The producers and the editors are doing a great job with the story plot of this. I would say that much. Jane Doe is going ambitious. So I'm like, okay, this is gonna hit, it's gonna miss. But I appreciate the ambition of it all. Kenya seems like she's going to be able to pull it off and go sculptural. She didn't have the fabric, but it seemed like she figured something out. But then, right when it seemed like she turned a leaf, the hats that she spray painted for her big sculptural shoulder moment, baby, they melted, fell apart. I don't know. The hats didn't like the spray paint, and they just disintegrated. And so she's basically at square one. And Vita tries to comfort her. So it seemed like they might be close. But I'm like, damn, girl. Whew, it ain't look good. So we are here at Elimination Day, baby. Mia Star isn't feeling very confident. Not a good sign. Briar talks about the extra time they had last night to work on the looks. And she said, she's talking to a couple of the girls. She's talking about when they had some extra time, And she says that she thought her and Athena had a good thing going on. They were helping each other. Briar would help sew and construct some of Athena's things. And Athena in turn would give Briar some materials and some fabric. Okay. Well, you scratch my back, I scratch yours. Then Briar said, once Briar said she wasn't able to sew Athena's gloves, and then suddenly Athena paid her dust. Look, I wasn't there. They weren't there. The cameras weren't there. It's he said, she said, but I believe it. Based off of the little nastiness that we've seen of Athena. Now, Briar's nasty too. But so for some reason, I believe it. So somebody was like, Athena, Briar's over here, well, Athena was like, that's not what happened. And she tried to make it seem like it was the other way around, that Briar was using her. And I don't know, I just find that hard to be true. I feel like maybe they were, if anything, they were both using each other, but I don't think Briar, I just don't think so. I think because we saw you not help your own granddaughter, and you want me to believe that you didn't use this stranger? Like, I don't know. Athena is so rude and so nasty, is what I wrote on my notes here. Briar came in, like I said, Briar came in hot at the top of the episode, but I believe her in the situation. And maybe this was Briar receiving her karma. I mean, you came in hot and nasty, and somebody was hot and nasty with you, whether Athena was right or not. Like, karma, baby. Kenya isn't confident in her look, but she's confident she can sell it. So we'll see. Darlene is starting to get insecure as she looks around at the other garments. But before I want to go on, I don't know if I skipped this in my notes or didn't write it down, but something I just remembered about Athena. Like, Athena's, there was a part of the episode, and maybe I just haven't gotten to it yet. There was a part where Juicy was talking about how she said something along the lines of, I'm the princess. It was when she walked into the workroom, her entrance. And she was like, I'm the princess of Mykonos and Miami or whatever. And Athena made a point to be like, yeah, you're the princess, but I'm the queen. Like, she was like, I don't remember. I think Athena was in the confessionals, like, just make sure you remember you the princess. Like, why she had to come in and try to be like, maybe that happened in Untucked. But anyways, it was like she was trying to humble her. I'm like, well, you don't have to remind her she's a princess. This is what she said. It's giving jealous. But I just, in case I missed it, I wanted to put that in here. You know what I'm saying? Darlene is starting to get insecure as she looks around at the other garments. And then Darlene and Discord seem to be bonding at this moment. Because Darlene's like, man, I don't know, man. I'm kind of looking, and then, Discord kind of gives her like a little pep talk, like, yeah, but then look again at some of the girls you are more sickening than, or whatever. So I'm like, okay, maybe this might be a little bonding. Let's see if they make it to the end. As far as that friendship, let's see, because it's a budding friendship, clearly. Yeah, here it is. I did put it in my notes. Athena is clearly jealous and threatened by Juicy, queen of versus princess of Miami / Mykonos. Yeah, baby. It's giving jealous. Take it to the runway. The runway. They changed the edit for the runway. The doom. And I was like, okay, this is cute. We got a little brush with a little powder on it, but it was updated. It was like cute. Mother is mothering. Love the look. Love the wig. Love all the things. Our special guest judge, Cardi B. The girls lost it when they found out earlier, when they found out about the Maxi Challenge and what it was, and when they heard that the guest judge was Cardi B, but then when they actually saw, like, everybody was, this was a great time. And what a great time for Cardi to be the judge on episode 1 of Drag Race in the midst of all this Nicki Minaj stuff. Now, remember, this Drag Race was filmed like a year prior, so this was before Nicki turned MAGA. But wow, the timing of it all. I'm like, damn. When Cardi wins big. And I've been telling y'all about Nicki, but this ain't about Nicki. We're going to keep going. Runway, the theme, reclaim, renew, rejoice. Let's get into that first look, starting with Sierra Mist. Oh, it's okay. It's not awful. I like that she took it there. She took it there. Next, we have Athena Dion. Girl, no. What are you wearing? No, Mary. Kenya Pleaser. Look, she knew she looked bad. She knew it wasn't it, and I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. It was not it. Did she do what she said she was going to do and try to sell it? She tried to sell it, and we will find out that she didn't. I mean, it wasn't enough selling. Nene Coco, I like this. Look, I love an orange. I think that she did a great job constructing this. This did the La Ree bag tribute proud. Jane... Don't. Look, she swung big and she hit it. I'm not mad about it. Discord Adams. Now look, the look is cute. It's cute, it's good. She worked hard, but man, when she said I have a sickening walk or a signature walk, I'm like, okay, girl, let me see what you got. All I'm saying is they've been making fun of this girl's walk for the whole week. This is gonna go down now. The best thing to come out of this, sweetie, this is going to be your moment. I hope that you have merch. I hope that you have come out with songs. This is going to be her staple Drag Race moment because, oh my gosh. I was like, girl, are you joke? Mia Starr. Now, she was smart because this look is kind of a nod to the Invasion of Privacy, which was Cardi B's first album. So very smart, pandering to the judge. To the guest judge. I mean, it's fine. I'm not mad, but I'm like, ooh, I'm definitely not like, ooh. Didi Figo. I like the passion behind it. And it was a good try. And we all have our strengths. Juicy Love Dion. Now, the hair and the wig, the makeup of the wig, you can't argue with. Now, the top, it was really pretty. The bottom was basic. We all agree. It really wasn't much to the look, and it really wasn't that great. Now, you want to talk about somebody not having a great look, but knowing how to sell. Now, when she walked and the way she made this flow and move, it was really pretty while she was moving. But she doesn't know how to sew, and she didn't really. But for somebody who really struggled, and she made work what she could, but obviously this was gonna get her in the bottom. But she did sell it, and she knows how to work a runway. Vita Von Star. Now, the judges went crazy for this. A lot of people have gone crazy for this. I like it. I think that is really, really good. But I don't know. I wasn't head over heels like everybody else. It's really nice, but I feel like we've seen this so much before. We've seen this reference so many times. To me, it's really well done. And it's great. You can't say anything bad about it. It was very well done. They were over the moon. People are like, oh my gosh. And I'm just like, yeah, it's really good. It's really good. Briar Blush. Girl, what the hell are you wearing? What is this? Andy Mango. Now, hear me out. This is not the best thing that's ever walked a runway. I can recognize where things could have changed. But I did not think it was as bad as some other people felt. And maybe because I could see the vision. I don't know. I like campy drag. So, I don't know. I appreciate I don't know. I didn't hate it like that. I don't know. I thought it was it was okay. I'm not falling all over it, but I don't think it was Then we had Darlene Mitchell, which I look, it's a cute little baby doll look. I feel like it was a pretty solid look. It's very throwback Trixie-esque, kind of. To see some hints of Trixie. Not something that I'm probably not going to remember. But it was fine. I think it met the criteria of the challenge, and I'm happy with it. Mikey Meeks. I don't know. I don't have strong opinions either way. I'm not crazy about it, but I'm like, okay, sure. All the girls have walked the runway, and now it's time for the critiques. So, how did everyone place? Here it goes. Discord is safe, and Discord is very upset because Discord thought she was going to win. Baby, be glad that you are safe. Just you made it through the first episode. I get it, you thought you were gonna win, but hey, that's how the cookie crumbles. So she's plucked. Kenya fell in the bottom, not surprised. Nene is in the top, Jane, and Kenya, she was her feelings were very hurt by Cardi. Cardi kept it real. And Kenya's feelings was like, hey, look, it's hard to hear from your favors and your stuff. Anyway, so Kenya's in the bottom, Nene's in the top, Jane's in the top. And they asked Jane where she got her sewing skills from, and Jane said that her father taught her how to sew, but they don't really speak. They're non-speaking terms. So, and it got a little emotional, but Juicy was in the bottom, but it was a high bottom, and Cardi was so funny with Juicy. Cardi was just funny the whole time she was on here. And Vita was also in the top. No one was surprised by that either. Mandy fell on the bottom. So I guess, yeah, I guess that I guess we saw that. I mean, it's way too many girls, but okay. I feel sorry for Mandy. Oh, she was so sad. But she seems so sweet. I mean, of course, everyone in the bottom was sad, but Mandy, she just seems like such a little soft, such a sweetie. They kept cutting to like backstage, and it seemed like Juicy was really going through it, and we got to see more of that in Untucked. We get to see Cardi B in the back of the workroom kicking with the girls, and like I said, in the midst of Nicki Minaj showing her ass and being transphobic and homophobic, we get to see Cardi B platforming her glam squad, who so happened to be 2 trans women, Tokyo Styles and Erica LaPearl. I mean, I'm like, oh my God. Which they look great. They all 3 had on like coordinating outfits. It was really cute. It was a key. Discord Adams asks Cardi what she thinks of her outfit, because all the girls thought that Discord's like, so Cardi, what do you think about my outfit? Because all the girls thought I was going to be in the top. And Cardi was looking like, okay, girl. Anyway, so but Cardi said that she was like, I would wear it, but it was just like, why would you put her on the spot like that? Why would you ask her that? Because what if she was like, I don't like it's ugly? Like, then what? Like, it's real awkward. But not that I think Cardi will lie. I think Cardi would have been very honest. And like I said, it wasn't a bad outfit. You just went into the top, girl. It's okay. You got plenty more episodes, hopefully. It was giving very Jan when she thought she was going to win the Rusical, which Jan was kind of, I can understand her more so being face cry. No offense to whoever won that episode those seasons ago, but girl, it's okay. It's fine. You also thought you had a killer walk, but hopefully you watch it back and see that also is not true. Back on the main stage, I noticed that Juicy's eye makeup is stunning. I like the shape. It wasn't like it was just, damn, she knows how to do makeup. I mean, you can tell Morphine is her mother. But it's not a copy and paste of Morphine's makeup, but it's really good. So Juicy got to be safe. She ended up not being in the bottom 2. But I think that being in the bottom 3 episode 1, I think it was the humbling that she needed. And I wouldn't be surprised if she came back and won next week or placed really, really high. So in the bottom 2, that leaves Kenya and Mandy. But there's a twist. Nobody goes home. But there is a lip sync. So nobody goes home, which, most of the time, first episode 1, nobody goes home on Drag Race. But hey, you never know. You never know. Because the seasons past, they did. But recently, nobody's been going home episode 1. Sometimes for the first 2-3 episodes. RuPaul has pulled an All-Stars and had the top 2 lip sync for the win. And the top 2 were Vita and Nene. Baby! So the top 2 lip sync to Cardi B's Enough. And the winner gets 5,000 doll hairs. Nene Coco won! Nene Coco won the first challenge of RuPaul's Drag Race season 18. And it was a clear win. First of all, Vita, you didn't know the words. Vita, you didn't know the words. To me, it looked like she did not know the words, and she was doing that thing where she's like trying to interact with the other girl who's performing. No, baby, this is your moment. No, you do your own performance. Don't worry about what the other girl's doing over here. And then it was even more awkward because Coco's like not interacting with, like, Coco's just like, girl, I'm doing me. I'm trying to get the win from me. Like, why are you trying to make this a duet, and then Vita gets down on the ground and her dress like rips, and then so she's holding it up, and it just wasn't. And I don't know if Nene is. I think Nene's a white girl, and I'm like, not that it matters, but I'm like, damn, how you let this little white girl outdo you on a Cardi B rap song? Like, Vita, come on, what are we doing here? Not that white girls can't do it, but y'all get what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't know the ages. Maybe Nene's younger, and this is just more her wheelhouse. I don't know, but it just goes to show that Vita was so confident that she was not going to be anywhere near the bottom. I'm pretty sure she was also like Discord. She thought she was going to win. She knew she wasn't going to be in the bottom, but it just goes to show you need to always be prepared on Drag Race. You need to always be prepared because you got cocky, you got cute, and you were like, oh, I'm not going to learn the song. I don't need to learn the song. I'm not going to be in the bottom. Now here you are. She done switched it up on you. She wants the winners to lip sync, and you don't know the words in front of Cardi B. Oh God, I would have learned it just off the simple fact of just in case somewhere happened where they say everybody lip sync. I don't want to embarrass myself in front of the artist, huh? So, anyways, it was a clear win. Nene got it, and Discord had choice words saying like, Nene's gotta be in the bottom. I know, baby. I know. Just Discord was hot like fish grease. Not only was Nene in the top over you, but she won. Oh, and she already had some shady stuff to say in the beginning of the episode. So anyways, and also I love the new Runway song. So that was it for episode 1. Now, a couple things happened in Untucked. We're going to quickly go over that. All in all, I'm happy with the first episode of Drag Race, and I'm happy with where it's going. Now, in Untucked, just a couple things. This was a good Untucked episode, and I think we're going to get back into throwback Untucked. Not this kumbaya stuff that we've been getting. I think we're going to get some catty behavior in these Untucked episodes. So, first thing I want to point out is Athena is very bitter about being safe. Baby, you're safe. Shut up. The girls who now as they get closer and to like people start leaving and stuff, yeah, you want to be on safe. In the beginning, just be glad you survived. You've made it. Do better next time. But because she's bitter, she's taking it out on everybody else. She's especially being rude and nasty to Briar. But Briar was like, baby, you can come for me if you want to. But Briar was gathering Athena. She could definitely hold her own. And then Athena gonna turn around and be like, I'm kind of having a mommy moment because Untucked is filmed Untucked is filmed backstage while the girls are getting the critiques. And then, well, anyways. So Athena's like, I'm kind of having a mommy moment because I don't know what kind of critiques Juicy's going to get. She could be in the bottom or the top, so I'm kind of worried about her. Don't act like you were worried. Girl, you are not worried. If you was that worried, you would have helped her with the damn sewing machine. Now you're all worried about, she might be in the bottom. I don't know. Really, you think? Girl, bye. Miss me all that. And then Discord, like I said, I knew it. When I saw it, I knew it. Discord could not wait. She could not wait to say to Nene that she thought she was going to be in the bottom. Guess again. So not only did Discord tell the other girls before the tops and bottoms came back, Discord immediately told the girls, "Oh, I think Nene's going to be in the bottom." And some of the girls were like, "Really? You think so?" Like, baby, I don't know. And then Nene comes back, Discord couldn't wait. Well, we thought you were going to be in the bottom. I don't know. Girl, anyways, child. So, a couple of girls thought that Mandy could have been in the top. See, like, I thought, so, I mean, maybe not, when she was on stage, I don't know who she would have swapped out with. I don't know, but anyways, Didi Fuego spoke with Briar about feeling bad for Juicy, and she said that Juicy was working so hard and her grandmother just didn't help her at all. And Briar, while Dee Dee's telling Briar this, Briar was sitting there looking like, ooh, I can't wait to repeat. Ooh, I can't, like, how somebody's getting something, they just burning to go run tell that. Then the tops and the bottoms come backstage. Dee immediately went in to embrace Juicy. And Athena was just sitting there looking dumb. Like, and then she's looking like she's about to pretend to cry. Like, bye. Like, at this point, Dee is more of a grandmother or mother than you are, Athena. And then, of course, like I said, Brian couldn't wait to tell Nene that some of the girls thought she was going to be in the bottom. And then Nene tries to come off like she's unbothered, but you could tell it kind of hurt her feelings, which, like, of course it did. And then Juicy, poor baby. And her holding that little bear that was, I think it was part of her outfit, I don't know, but she's holding a little bear. She's so sad, she's crying. And then Athena, I think, is sitting next to her, but that's all she's doing. She's not comforting. She's not trying to be a mother. She's not trying to be a grandmother. She's not even trying to be a friend. She's just like, literally everyone else is more affected by Juicy's upsetness than Athena. So Juicy goes off to kind of like have a private moment in the little selfie booth and, you know, to collect herself and everything. And then Athena, here come Athena being fake, gonna come all up in the booth. When really, baby, you just went in there because you knew you was going to get more of that one-on-one camera time. You weren't really in there to check on that girl. I'm sorry. I'm not buying it. And then Athena's going to tell Juicy, hugging her, talking about, I'm sorry I couldn't help you. I was worried about my own stuff. You couldn't help her, or you wouldn't. You didn't want to. Let's wake that up, Mary. To which Juicy says, it's okay. I had help. Bless her heart. Poor thing. Then here goes Jane. Don't. Out the blue, telling Mandy. She said something like, I'm just telling you this because I'm going to be a sister, but your look is bad. I'm sorry. But nobody asked. Mandy didn't ask. And the way you said it was not sisterly. Like, you didn't need to tell her. And then she, like, went in. I'm like, are you trying to create a dramatic moment? Like, I see if Mandy said, like, what do you guys think? Nobody asked. She was just like, and Mandy, I'm just going to be a sister and tell you your look is like, girl. So at this point, Jane, I was a fan. Now, you know, you didn't turn me off. So then here goes Jane and Discord. They go to the little selfie shade room and they gets real shady, just running it. And they both felt like the girls were being too nice instead of telling Mandy her outfit was ugly. But I'm just like, why did they need a dog pound? Jane, you said what you said, and I guess she thought everybody was going to. No, because there was no reason. And nobody's being rude and nasty like that. And plus, these girls know how these fans are. You can't do that. These fans, that bullying and stuff that used to go down on Drag Race, baby, don't go no more. Like, people want the old Drag Race with the shade and stuff, but they want real shade. They don't want bullies. You gotta be careful. So they were like, everybody was being nice. They know they didn't like, yeah, but now you look the fool because you was the only one being mean. You told her it was ugly. Everybody didn't need a dog pound. It was never that deep. Plus, the girl didn't ask. She didn't come in saying, I can't believe I'm in the bottom. Now, thought she was going to be in the top. Yeah, okay, humble her. But it never gave that deep. Then Discord brings up Nene's outfit again. And Jane is like, yeah, you're right. I can't believe. I'm like, y'all are some hating that though. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, at this point, I was over Jane. I was over it. Nene tried to come for Nene. But Didi had a great clapback. I ain't gonna hold you. Didi had a great clapback. And I didn't know she had it in her. She seems very sweet, but hey, don't cross her. And then, I'll tell you what, Jane needs to be humbled. And then we see Kenya break down. I get it. This is very emotional. You're on the brink of going home. I understand, but girl, good God, girl, get a grip. I was like, I know this show, I'm sure it has to be very stressful, but it was getting to be a little much. I'm like, it's okay, girl. I'm like, pull it, do it. Like, come on, pull it together. All in all, I loved this Untucked episode. It was very juicy, and I love the new look. Oh, I love the new Untucked outro song. It was also very good. So, whoo, anyways, dog, we made it through the promo, the first episode, and the first Untucked. I know this was a lot. Moving forward, the episodes will get shorter and shorter and shorter as the girls start to go home. And plus, we won't have the promo next week. But this was really, really fun. I'm so glad that Drag Race is back. Remember, you can listen to this for audio only on NELLYVYLLE the Podcast, which is found on any of your podcast platforms, including this channel. And you're also going to get your regular episodes every Friday of the podcast. And then I will be here every Wednesday reviewing Drag Race Season 18. Thank you for hanging out with us. Just to let me know in the comment section down below what you think. Did you agree? Did you disagree? Who do you think's going forward? Now, do I have a revised top? I told you what my tops were before. Whew, as of right now, I don't know, girl. I'm so confused. So I think I'm gonna hold to my tops that I originally picked after watching the promo, which was again Briar, Mia, Kenya, Vita, and Mikey. That's who I got right now. We shall see. I can't wait for episode 2, darling, and I will catch you in the next episode. Whoa. Bye.